Guys, good morning, evening, afternoon, whatever, what time is it in your place. So today I want to present my research project title for Semantic class. Uh, it called Change Like Midnight, a semantic perspective on identity through idioms in Midnight Rain by Taylor Swift. In his research, I analyzed expression in the lyric of Midnight Rain. The song tells the story of a woman who chooses personal growth and ambition over comfort and traditional life. Taylor Swift used rich figurative language, especially idioms and metaphors, to express this emotional journey. This topic is important idiom. It is because they're just not decorative expressions. They carry deep emotional damage and reflect personal identity, memory, and culture. Studying idioms from a semantic perspective help us understand how language works beyond the literal level. The objects of my research are first to identify idioms in the song, second to analyze their meanings and using semantic theories, and third to interpret how does the idiom reflects the main character's emotional conflict and identity. So this research uh, for from the theoretical basis, I use several well-known sources in semantic. First, I use Jeffrey Leach from 1981 theory on types of meaning, such as conceptual, connotative, and affective meaning. This helped me analyze how the idioms carry emotional and symbolic value. Second, I refer to Number, Sack, and Wesson from 1994, who explain idioms as fixed expression with figurative meanings. Third, I apply Lakoff and Johnson from 1980. Theory of conceptual metaphors. This was useful to understand expressions like Midnight Rain or Human Sunshine, where emotions are described using nature. Lastly, I use Fernando's from 1996 classification of idioms, pure, semi, and literal idioms to organize the types of expressions in the lyrics. So, this is my analysis from the lyric. First, the lyrics that I chose is he wanted it comfortable, I wanted the pain. Literally, the line have two desires: comfort versus pain. Idiomatically, comfortable symbolizes stable, predictable life, while pain represents emotional depth, struggle, and growth. Using Lech effective meaning, the line shows the contrast in emotional needs. The speaker desires experiences, even painful ones, that give meaning and identity, whereas the partner prefers peace and simplicity. It reflects the personal sacrifice tied to ambition or self discovery. The second lyrics I just he stayed the same, all of me changed like midnight. Literally one person remains unchanged while the speaker experiences transformation idiomatically. Changed like midnight. It symbolizes a sudden shift, referencing how midnight marked a clear change of day. Through Lakoff and Johnson's metaphor theory in midnight operates a metaphor for a pivotal life moment. The idiom emphasizes emotional evolution and personal reinvention, highlighting the speaker's departure from a shared path. And third lyric, I broke his heart because he was nice. On the surface, the speaker hurt someone kind. Idiomatically, broke his heart is a classic pure idiom from Fernando 1996, meaning to cause emotional devastation. Here, Leach effective and connotative meaning show that the speaker isn't cruel but conflicted. The line communicates guilt and complexity, the emotional cost of choosing independence over comfort. Fourth, I never think of him except on midnight like this. Literally, the speaker claims to forget the person except at certain times. Idiomatically, midnights like this acts a temporal trigger for memory and emotion, using rich thematic meaning and lack of metaphor. Midnight represents emotional vulnerability and nostalgia. The phrase suggests that some moments, especially at night, amplify buried emotion, even if they are denied during the day. Number five, and I was making my own name. The phrase making my own name isn't literal. It means putting a repetition or identity. Idiomatically, it represents anatomy and ambition. According to Emmenberg et al., this is a semi-idiom where the literal components contribute to the figurative meaning. The line reflects the speaker's desire for self-definition rather than conforming to someone else's life plan. Number 6. Rain as a motive for emotion and memory. In this song, rain frequently symbolizes sorrow, emotional relief, and cleansing as a metaphorical motif. Rain reflects sadness, reflection, and inner turmoil. Drawing from Lykhoff's conceptual metaphor theory, weather is often mapped into emotion. Example, stormy for angry, rain for sorrow. The recurring emotion of rain encourages the mood of the song and intensifies the feeling of emotional distance and longing. And number 7, he wanted a bride, I was making my own name. He wanted a bride. It's more than a literal meaning. Marriage desire, it symbolizes a desire for traditional roles and settled life. In contrast, making my own name shows a rejection of that role. Idiomatically, this just a position explores conflicting life paths. Domestic stability returns self-fulfillment, leads conceptual and stylistic meaning are at play here, expressing not just action but world views. Number 8. Midnight Rain, metaphorical phrase itself. The title Midnight Rain combines two powerful metaphors: midnight, change, reflection, darkness, and rain, emotion, melancholy. As an idiom, it represents the emotional fallout of making difficult choices. Based on lack of metaphor theory, midnight rain embodies an internal conflict or rejecting comfort for ambition. It suggests emotional consequences that fall quietly like rain, sharing life's turning points. Number 9, all of me changed like midnight. This is a repeated idiom in the song emphasizing radical transformation. Using rich connotative meaning, the phrase evokes more than time, it suggests a deep internal shift. Midnight symbolizes transition and rebirth. The idiom reflects the price of personal growth and the inevitable distance it, it creates between the people who once shared the same path. Number 10. Chasing that path literally this means pursuing propriety idiomatically chasing fame. It's a collocative idiom from Fernando 1996, a commonly paired phrase suggesting relentlessly pursuit based on its effective meaning. This implies emotional longing or emptiness disguised as. So, the conclusion is Midnight Rain is filled with idiomatic expressions that show emotional conflict, personal growth, and identity. These idioms reflect how the speaker chooses ambition and change over love and comfort. Through semantic theories, especially connotative and metaphorical meaning, we can understand how Taylor used language to tell a deeper story beneath the surface of that lyrics. The studies show that idioms are powerful tools in communication, not just in music, but in everyday language as well. They carry emotion, values, and choices that are often hard to say in literal words. I'm Shafina Wijaya. Thank you so much for listening. Goodbye.